In this video, we're going to be showing you how to make your own scoreboard design very quickly and easily here in Inkscape. Now, we are going to post the SVG file that we're using to our Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, you can download the SVG and start making your own scoreboard designs. The information for the Patreon is, of course, in the video description below. So let's go ahead and get started here and show you how this is going to work. So first of all, we are going to open up our blank SVG file. So on our desktop here, we have our blank scoreboard file. So there it is. And then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and import our logo in question. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to hit Control I and open up our Packers logo here. We're going to right click here on Packers and choose Ungroup. And we're going to delete the green background because we don't need that. And then we're going to select this gold here on the Packers and right click and ungroup that too. Now the Packers text itself, we're going to go ahead and hit Control K. That's the same as if we went to Path and Combine. And yeah, let's go ahead and rename this. So we're going to double click on it and it's going to be called Packers text. Now we are going to need this, but just not right now. So we'll go ahead and turn that off for right now. And we'll focus here on the logo. So let's go ahead and name these parts of our logo. So this is going to be called our white G. And then this one here is going to be called our green G background. And then this one here, that's our Packers text. There we go. That is going to be our gold G background. Just to verify that, we could toggle it on and off right here. Sure enough. Let's go ahead and just drag and drop it above Packers though. So we'll do something like that. Now the gold G background, I do want to duplicate it. And I'm just going to push this all the way back down below the gold G background. And this is going to be our main green G background. Okay, now it's not green right now. It's still gold. So let's take care of that by going to our fill and stroke here. We're on the fill tab. We're going to come down here to the eyedropper and we're going to click on green. And now that piece is in fact green. If we were to turn all these off, you'll see that the main green G background really is green. All right, so that part's good. Now let's go ahead and take all of those components and let's right click and group. Okay, and then we can just slide it over here. And then we're going to just resize this to fit the scoreboard. So we're going to come here. If you grab from the corner and hit your Control key, it'll kind of constrain the proportions here. And we'll just get it by eye for right now. Needs to be a little bit wider, not much. All right, close enough. Now we're going to align this left to right. So we have our group selected, and we're going to Shift Control the black scoreboard. And we're going to come up here to our alignment tools, and you see last selected is selected, and then we're going to hit the horizontal alignment here. And there you go. Now that G logo is perfectly centered. Now we can go ahead and right click and ungroup because we don't need it grouped any longer. Now what I'd like to do is the uprights here and also the scoreboard itself, I would like those to be green. So what we're going to do here is going to select the scoreboard, come back over here to fill and stroke, and then grab our eyedropper and click here for the green. And now we're in our selection tool, which is this tool right here. So we can alt click and drag. So we'll have nothing selected, but alt click and drag. There you go. We swipe right through there. And then let's go ahead and select those to be green as well. So back to the eyedropper tool, and now everything is green like it should be. All right, so that's all taken care of. So now what we want to do is we want to get this prepped for our model builder. So the main part of the scoreboard was already done for you. You see here with these different numbers added to the layer names, all that's already taken care of for you. All we have to do is add that information for our logo itself. So we'll just come in here. Our main green G background is going to be extruded. We want that to be 12 millimeters. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Now, the Z height positioning, this part is where it gets a little bit complicated. I'm not going to try and explain it exactly in this video, but it is easy enough for me to say, well, it's pretty straightforward. And honestly, it really is straightforward once we get it totally figured out. It really is pretty straightforward. But for right now, it can be a little bit complicated to fully comprehend when you haven't had a whole lot of experience with it. But let's go ahead and add these different values. So the gold is going to be extruded too, but then its position is 18.5, and then that is going to be 2, and that's going to be 1 more, so that's going to be 19.5, and then finally this is going to be 2, and that's going to be 1 more, so that's 20.5. All right, so that's it. So now we can go ahead and save this as our SVG file, and we'll call it Packers Scoreboard. And yes, we already have one, so yes, we're going to override it. And now we can go into Bamboo here. Well, we can't go into Bamboo quite yet because we need to actually convert it into a 3D model with the model builder. So here is our Packers SVG that we created. So we'll just drag and drop it into the model builder. And you'll see here that the model was created for us. So now we can go into Bamboo here and we'll go ahead and open that model up. And so there is our finished model, just like so. Okay, so now that that's completed, now we can go ahead and kind of finish this up. Now, what do we need to do here to finish this up? Well, what I need to do is I need to cut a slot, a little recess in this scoreboard, a little slot for where these uprights are supposed to be, because the uprights are going to be printed on a separate plate. So to do this, I've already got this all set up ready to go for us as part of the SVG creation process in Inkscape. So we can go ahead and just select our model, and we're going to go to our Mesh Boolean tool here, and we're going to go to subtraction, and we're going to push everything to the left. We can leave the left upright there because we do need that. And then we are going to need the right upright as well. So there's our right upright. Okay, so now these two are going to be the cutters, the green. All right, and then we are going to need to keep the originals in this case. So let's go ahead and choose execute. And then what we can do here is see if in fact, I see that this one's blue and this one's green. That already tells me there's an issue here, most likely. But let's go ahead and alt click that and move that away. And you can see that there is in fact, it's a little bit difficult to see, but there is in fact a recess there. If I give this a different color, you can probably see this easier. See that little recess right there? Just a 1 millimeter recess. That's what we needed. But I'm guessing that this one we don't have that. Ah, we do. Excellent. So our Boolean was successful. Excellent. So now all we have to do is go ahead and create some build plates and finish this off. So I need a completed one, so I'm going to leave that alone. Then I'm going to use that for my mock-up. When I put this behind my box, I'll use this for my mock-up. So now I'm just going to copy and paste this to some additional build plates here. So on this build plate, we want to keep the uprights but delete everything else. So we'll go ahead and do that. Delete, just like so. And then up here, we want to delete the uprights but keep everything else. So we're just going to take the uprights and delete those. And then we keep our scoreboard. Now, just so you can see this a little bit more clearly, I'm just going to turn this around here so you can see those are the little grooves I was talking about. So I'm just going to undo that. So yeah, so that's perfect. That's ready to go. Make sure our prime tower is on our build plate. And then what are we going to do over here? So on these, what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste. I think that's the easiest thing to do. And then on this one, we're going to alt-click these two and delete them. And then on this one, we're going to alt-click these two and delete them. Okay, and then we have two assemblies, just like so. And then we can go ahead and control-click both of them, and we could I'm just going to go ahead and 45 them and put them on the build plate that way. So there you go. So now our uprights are ready to print, and then of course we would glue those in place and then stick this on the back of whatever the box is that we're going to use for the box itself. But that shows you how to generate your 3D model for your scoreboards. So then this, of course, we could go like this. And then put your box in front of it. So let's go ahead and right click and center that to the build plate. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. And there you go. Pretty cool stuff, eh? All right, so that is how you go about creating your scoreboards. We do have free classes every Monday night. So if you join our free Patreon, you'll be able to get a link automatically emailed to you every Monday with the free classes that we do. And then on Thursday nights, we have, if you're a baddie member, we have special classes on Thursday nights. And on Thursday nights, as part of your baddie membership, we have the option for you to bring one guest of your choice. So you can share your membership on Thursdays with one guest, and they can join you in class as well. All the details for that is in the video description below. Also, our link to our Facebook group if you want to join our Facebook group and learn more about 3D modeling and creating 3D models very easily using InkScape as your main design tool. So with that said, until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.